Here's a quick video on how to find standard deviation. So I have a set of numbers, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 20. It could be any set of numbers. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find the average of those numbers. So in order to find the average, we're going to add them together. So we have 20, 40, 60, 70 is the sum. And there are 2, 4, 5 numbers. So the average, or the mean, I should say, is 14. Now once we have the mean, we can start finding the other components. So we have our next column, which is x minus x bar. We're going to take our x value and subtract our mean from that. So 5 minus 14 is negative 11. 10 minus 14 is negative 4. 15 minus 14 is 1. 20 minus 14 is 6. 20 minus 14 is 6. And then we're going to move on to the next column, which is then we're going to square those. So this column are the residuals, or the errors, and then we're going to square them. So the squares of each of those numbers would be 121, 16, 1, 36, and 36. We're then going to find the sum of those numbers. So I've got a little calculator going off screen so that I don't make a mistake here. 121, 16, 1. Should get 210 when I add those together. Now again, the number of values is 5. So when I divide by the number of values, I get 42. And that's my variance. And when I take the square root of the variance, I will get my standard deviation, which in this case is 6.481 when I rounded to the thousandths place. So that's one problem in terms of finding the standard deviation of a set of values. Here's another one. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add all our numbers together. And I believe it's 144. And there are 8 numbers. So the average, the mean of this data set is 18. I'm going to use that here. So 5 minus 18, 10 minus 18, 12 minus 18, 16 minus 18, 20 minus 18, 22, 25 minus 18, and 34 minus 18. Again, I'm going to square each of those numbers. I get 169. I get 64, 36, 4, 4, 16, 49, and then 256. We're then going to take the sum of that whole column, and it should be 598. Divide by n, which is 8. We get the variance to be 74.75. And if we take the square root, we get the standard deviation, which is 8.64 0.46. Again, this would be population standard deviation. If you wanted the sample standard deviation, then the only difference would be we'd be dividing by 7 here. And that's standard deviation.